And welcome to the Super Fun Awesome Happy Time Pedal Show. My name is Gabor.
Hey, welcome along. I'm Alex, and we've got the G1Four from Zoom today.
Big thank you to Iain at Zoom Australia Dynamic Music for sending these out to us.
Hi,
thank you, Iain, and Dynamic Music and Zoom Australia. So we've got the Zoom G1Four. Basically, it's the latest sort of incarnation of what started with a 505, basically, back in the days, really. It's a two pedals, everything in one kind of thing, with amp sims and everything as well. Today we're not going to look at the amp sims and cab sims. We're going into an amplifier today, so we're going into the Seritone OTS Mini 20. We're going to do a separate video where we're looking at the amp and cab sims as well.
Yeah, we'll get some direct stuff in the next installment.
Yes, exactly right. So in this video, we're going to go through a bunch of presets. We'll look at a few things you can do with it. Basically, you've got two buttons. If you push both of them down, you're in bypass mode, which is also tuner.
You know how to tune.
Riveting stuff. You can turn it off so there's no sound when you're tuning, or at the moment it's on. You can change it to from 440 hertz to other things as well. Then basically you have, at the moment the way it's set up, if you press any of these, it flicks through the different presets. So you go up and down between the different presets. You also have these buttons here. So that's bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, bank 4, and bank 5 is empty. So there's nothing saved in bank 5 at the moment. You have the 4 dials up the top here, which are global controls. So as soon as you start doing this, it basically is your global low EQ, global mids, global highs, which we actually turn down a little bit to highs. And we have also a global volume. That's sort of the primary function of those. Each of the knobs and buttons basically have secondary functions too, which makes it a little bit complicated. But, I mean, I think bang for buck, this is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, you spend some time with it, you'll get around it pretty quick after a week or so.
Okay, settings. Just quickly, sort of global settings. You can change things like the effects chain, which we'll get into later. You can move patches around. You can save patches to different banks. So you can move banks around. You have a global setup where you can, for example, change the BPM for the drum loop, the global BPM. So what the every time you go to a drum thing, it would be set to that. You don't have to do it from patch to patch. You also have an autosave function, so a function where you don't have to do anything. If you make changes, it automatically saves it. That's cool. Can turn it off if you want.
That's a cool idea.
You have a pre-select. So what happened before, so for example, if we go back to this, at the moment we're scrolling through presets by this. So it's on this. I pressed that button. It's now on ZEP 1959.
Yep.
If you select pre-select to on, what that means is instead of it flicking between the presets, you actually can scroll to whatever. So let's say you're on this preset, but the next sound you want to use is Skater Drive. So you can kind of preset it to be that, and then you press both buttons and it selects Skater Drive.
Yeah, it's previewing the next preset rather than just having jumped through a bunch of them.
Exactly. So it's just a different way of using it, whichever way you want to use it. So for us right now, I'm just going to turn it off at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you have bank hold, which is the same sort of thing, where basically you can go between banks as well by doing that. Let's just look at a couple of presets for the time being. So this is the very first one, MS High Gain. If you click on this button here, this now shows you the effects chain. So you have a gold drive, you have an MS 800 amp sim type thing, you have a 4x12 cab sim, which actually at the moment, you can turn it off, but if you, if you press the button again, it's actually the mic is set to off, so it's not actually doing anything. It's there if you want it to go direct, but it's not actually doing anything at the moment. You have Zoom noise reduction, which without it
is noisy.
It's noisy, and you've played reverb. So when you're in this edit mode, each one of these buttons basically turns on and off one of your effects blocks.
Yeah, cool.
So let's have a look. let's have a look at. Oh, and then I should mention as well. So then basically what you do is you select one. So let's say the plate reverb. You click on that again, and now it's in edit mode for the plate reverb. So you have the different functions for the plate reverb. So you can turn a tail on and off. So tail meaning if you go between presets, it will, instead of cutting off the reverb, it will let whatever you last played trail off. You can set your mix, decay, and whatever for each different block. You can have all, the different settings basically. But let's just have a quick look. So this is the MS high gain. Which doesn't sound that bad, actually.
Yeah, massively big rock and roll sound.
And then, you want to go to ZEP 959, you do that.
Yeah. So it's kind of a hot rod and Marshall with some delay by the sounds of it.
The other thing you can do as well is, so if you once you're in that edit mode, by pushing these, it highlights a different thing, and that's how you can sort of. Sorry. With this one, you can turn them on and off. With this, you scroll through it.
Yeah.
And then let's say you don't want the delay.
Oh, I always want delay.
Or you want delay, so the delay's off. So, but you scroll. So with this button, you basically scroll. It highlights. I hope you can see that on the thing.
It's a bit,
you can sort of see it.
It's a bit hard sometimes filming screens.
With screens, yeah. So it scrolls through the different little preset blocks. Okay, let's go. And then with that as well, with the tape echo, so you can turn a mix up. You can turn feedback up.
Yeah, more feedback. Haha.
So that's with tail on. It turned the pedal off, the tape echo pedal off, but it kept going. If I would have tail off, if we quickly do that.
Okay.
Gone. That's what the tail is. Okay, let's look at a few more. And the thing is, so it's auto save. So now if I go to the next preset and go back to it, the delay's off.
Yeah.
Because it auto saved. So that's one of the things you've got to be careful with the auto save. If you make changes and you don't like it, it automatically saves it.
Yeah, so it's good and bad. Just be conscious of it.
Which bank do you want to go to? Let's skip a few.
3. Let's randomly pick some.
Comp phase. Ooh, pop chorus. Lush acoustic. It's actually not bad, not bad sound.
Yeah.
Acoustic simulator, chorus. So, you can see what all these things are. And let's do a couple more presets. Heaven Sent. So that was a reverse delay and a forward delay. Pad guitar, let's do a couple more of those. a slow attack, like a
Slow gear.
slow gear
Yeah.
kind of thing. Live again.
See what happens.
Oh, step filter. It's a Hot Spice. That's the actual name of the effect, and it's a 76 limiter on there as well.
Ah, cool.
So you can make it go
It's fun.
bend plus. Let's try. What does that do? That's cool, actually. That's actually kind of cool. That's pretty cool. I think, I mean, I've been, if you know me at all, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Zoom. I like Zoom. Actually, if you want to have a bit of a laugh, you can watch our Zoom 505 video here. I think Zoom's pretty cool. I mean, for the money you pay for these things, for a beginner, I mean, it really, the 505 is what got me going with effects pedals.
Yeah, me too.
And I got into it. I mean, I'm not super pro level effects, but I think for the price you can't beat it. Absolutely
And
can't
if
beat
nothing
it.
else, it's fun.
Oh, lots of fun.
Like, we've got some really nice amps, some really nice rack gear, but this is still fun.
This is still lots of fun.
Yeah.
So you can, I mean, and then so let's go back. Let's find where's like a what's like a lead, not lead, like a nice glitter clean. Let's go glitter clean. So another thing you got is the looper. So by pressing this button here where it says looper, you can turn a looper on.
Yep.
Now the looper has all different functions. You can sync it with the rhythm and all that stuff, which we'll get into as well. But you can just basically loop. So you've got record and play and stop on here.
Okay.
So if we just start playing and I'll just start recording. Yeah, we can overdub some. Yeah, let's go. I mean, so you can loop stuff. You can put down a like a bed loop, I guess, foundation loop. Then you can change sounds and you can play over it. You can overdub. If you hold this button down, it clears what was displayed.
Oh,
That was a...
that was going straight to Spotify.
Straight to Spotify. You've got the straight to Spotify button.
my epic rock and roll anime power ballad song.
Yeah. Now, you also have the rhythms side, which actually... we'll get into more on when we go direct, because it sounds better when you go direct than going through an amp. But let's just do one quick one. So what do you want? Do you want Europop?
Yeah.
A new wave?
No, Europe.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Pop rock, indie pop. What was it? Europop. So you set the pattern. You can do a count in or no count in. Okay. How fast do you want it to be?
110.
110.
Yeah.
And then you have volume here for it as well. You basically do the same thing. You press play, count it in. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do it like... So hang on. So what we're going to do now... What we can do now is we can turn the drums on, and then we can actually turn a looper on, and it'll count us in as well. So, we've got these drums. Let's try it again. Do another one. Hang on, let's do a different sound. What is that? Do that. 2, 3, 4.
What if we
So I mean, you can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's try. I think the last thing we should quickly do before we run out of time is let's go into one of the empty patches and make one of our own.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got my band. Got all the.
You've got your Europop band.
My Europop trash metal Norwegian folk fishing tunes band.
Wow, that's my favourite.
It's quite eclectic.
It is very eclectic. So at the moment we've got nothing. But what we can do is we can select the first patch and go through it. So do you want compression, rack compression, slow attack, zoom noise reduction, a grey comp, limiter 76 auto wah, sequence filter. This could go on for a while. GE7
Should I just
EQ,
pick something you find?
parametric EQ, random filter. Yeah, what do you want?
Fuzz.
Fuzz.
Red Crunch. What?
Muff, yeah. It's actually not bad sounding. So So let's also add.
That might need a noise filter.
Yeah, let's do that somewhere towards the end.
No, go after that because then all the
Straight after it?
tails will be clean. Yeah.
Okay. Just.
Daisy. This is the dog Daisy. For those playing home. Nice. Fat, fuzzy.
Oh, but it did end up putting it in the end. But what we can do, what we can do is we can go into here, we can go into chain, right? So now what we can do is we can click on this one and we can move it to over here.
Sweet.
Ha.
Problem solved.
Problem
Now,
solved.
Want some, like...
What do you want? What's next?
Modulation.
Modulation. What kind of modulation would you like? These are the amps.
A good one.
I'm sure there's maybe a different way to do this, but I'm just going to do it like this. Amp cab sims, lots of cab sims. Tremolo?
Nah.
Chorus?
Nah.
Phaser?
Maybe.
Vintage flanger?
Vintage flanger.
Okay.
Less resonance. Let's get rid of that. It's a metallic thing. Right on. Now I think we need like a big spring reverb.
Big spring reverb.
Yeah.
And let's
For my stoner surf
an
bed.
FD spring.
Sure.
It is higher than 100.
I might get with some lows, yeah.
Again, so that's sitting in front of the flanger at the moment.
Is that good or bad?
Let's put it last.
Okay. Can make the spring a bit shorter.
Oh, Jesus, diva.
Oh, excuse me.
Make the mix this.
No.
And the color? What does it? And then we've got one more. You've got one more spot. What would you like? Let's go this way. Do you want like a delay, or do you want like a soft echo, or a reverse delay, or analog delay, or hot spice? That's what you want.
Let's whack that in there.
Who wouldn't want that?
That's what happens.
Go. It's there.
Oh, it's on.
Maybe that it doesn't like the flanger that well.
That was too hot.
Too hot?
Too spicy, man.
And that's that.
Sounds.
But now the most important part we've got to do is this. We have to
save it.
We have to save this. What do we need to call it?
We're going to call it lizard cheese.
Patch? Ah! You go to patch. What do we call it? Let's call it... yes, it is. Alti. Let's call it Alti because we're almost out of time. So this is called Alti.
Alti 2. Give it a number.
Alti. Okay, hang on. Skip. Is this one? No.
Just the arrow. That's the second one.
Alati. Alati. Oh, God.
And $.
Alati 2. Yes. And then what do you do now? Press both settings. Alati 2. Done.
Okay.
So that's Alati 2. So thank you so much for watching.
We'll put this up on the internet and it won't go anywhere.
Yes.
Hey, there's links below to our Facebook, Instagram, and podcast where we talk about all this kind of stuff. And check that out. Also hit like and subscribe on the channel.
Please do. So
And
you can
video.
find out more about Alati 2.
And see if there's a number 3. Hey, hit the notification bell and thank you so much for watching. We shall see you next time.
Big thank you again to Dynamic Music
Great
and Iain and all the guys at Dynamic Music Zoom Australia. Stay tuned for the second part with Going Direct. Bye.